Yeah, buddy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Bethke.
I'm Mike Stadler.
Hi, Mikey. What do you think? How's today going for you?
I don't. It hurts.
Does it?
Yeah. Nah, it's going good.
Yeah, it's going good. It's good.
It's going good.
Hey,
Middle of the week.
It is middle of the week. We walked around your property out there, looked at our project that we've been doing.
It's going good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
A lot of work going on out there. You guys get a chance, check that out on Small Property Layouts. We air that show every Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Show you guys all the projects we're doing on our property.
Check it out.
Yep, we got some cool stuff coming up. I had to build a planter, two-row corn planter. Got that one coming. Did some habitat pockets on my property. We got rhizomes and stuff here at Mike's. Switchgrass in Mike's. What else? We got a bunch of stuff going on. Check them out. So, Mike, for today's podcast, I got a question from Jason. Jason's from Iowa. Here it is. Thoughts on entering and exiting in the dark while bow hunting. Do you enter and exit in and out in the dark, and are you educating your deer herd on a small property? Well, if your property's set up correctly, Jason, you're not educating your deer if you go by your entrances and exits based off of wind direction.
Yeah, we always enter in the dark, late in the year.
Yeah.
We don't morning hunt until later October.
You know, you'll hear a lot of people talk, guys will talk about like after sunup entrances. And I think it's not necessarily a bad idea.
I think in the right spots or the right situations, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but that's you're usually pre-rut and rut time.
But yeah, I mean,
it's not an everyday type of deal.
the only time I kind of see that after like those heavy frosts.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of seems like a little bit later. They move a little bit later.
They do. Full moons.
Yeah, but I mean, we enter in the dark all the time without lights.
Yep.
I mean, we just know where we're going. I mean, everybody bumps deer.
Yeah.
You're gonna bump deer. I mean, we bump deer going in and out.
I think people overthink that part of it.
Yeah, I think they do too. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that it's enough for them to worry about what it is.
No, honestly, you guys, when we're talking about, you know, when we say we bump a deer every now and then going in and out, look, the majority of our deer movement is set up to not be where we're entering or exiting in the dark at these times, okay? And every now and then, you're going to run across a deer.
Yeah,
because
gonna be deer there.
Deer do things. They're a free-roaming animal. They're going to do stuff. Sometimes they might hear you from a long ways away and be like, what's over there?
Right.
You know, one time in particular over at Tom's place, I seen a buck going up. It was getting late. I was hunting down in the valley, and you know, over there, you're in the valleys, the sun goes down. Once it gets behind the back side of that, it gets dark in the valley really quick. So I got out of the stand. Well, there's still 10 minutes of shooting light. It was cloudy out. So I start sneaking up the ridge. Well, I'm sneaking up the ridge. I look to my left, and there's a buck skirting me at 80 yards going up the ridge. You don't know I'm there. So I got up to the top of the ridge. It's 50-50 chance. He's either going to turn towards me or go, once he hit the cornfield, go the other way. Well, he turned towards me, walked in front of me 15 yards, and I shot him. You know? What are the chances of that deer being there normally? Minimal.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, it happens sometimes. The thought is, you know, you control the entrance and exit the best you can. I am not always a firm believer in wait until the sun. We use gray light.
Yeah, we'll gray light in.
Yeah. But we know our properties well enough too that it can be pitch black.
Yeah.
And we know each other's properties. Like Mike tells me to go to a certain stand, he knows I'm going to go to a certain stand the way we designed it to go into it.
Yeah.
You know, if we're bringing somebody that isn't maybe as experienced, we're going to walk them to that location.
Yeah.
So, don't be afraid if all of a sudden, I think it's just human nature. When you're walking and all of a sudden you hear a deer get up and go, your mind's like, that's the biggest deer on the property.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Oh, the footsteps sounded hard.
Oh, that was a big buck.
It's a giant.
Yeah,
it's a 200.
yeah. And here it's a fawn.
Yeah, it's just keep moving.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've had them blow at me.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll blow at you, stuff like that.
Well, here's the other aspect of it too. We're entering and exiting on our property lines. So there's deer on the neighbor's property.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're educating them. But those, you gotta realize, yeah, those are the same deer we're hunting. You know, it ain't like there's a property line there and deer's like, no, I'm not going over there. That's Carl's property. I have to stay on this
There's
property.
probably almost no time going in or out of any property that some deer somewhere is probably not going to see you or
I
hear you
or smell you.
or smell you.
I agree.
I mean, I just don't think it's possible.
No.
You know, I mean, I can walk out here in my driveway, and there'll be deer on the ridge that'll blow at me. I'm in my driveway.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not even going in the woods.
Right.
But there's blowing at me. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, blow at me. I'm down here. I'm not hunting you.
Right.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't really get too concerned. I used to. Like, ah, shit.
Oh, you get mad.
That's,
yeah.
that's screwed now. Good junk.
Yep. My day's
You know.
shot. I'm not gonna see a deer.
Worst part is sitting there when you can see but not enough, and there's a monster underneath you.
Oh yeah.
That happens. It's happened to both of us.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, you know,
Can't see
like,
through your peep. Yeah. You're looking at like, God.
yeah. Why isn't it light yet? That happens more times than not. You know,
Yeah.
especially later when they're running around.
Yeah, I just don't think. Well, I mean, I've seen people that are, you know, notorious for shooting big deer, and they don't care. They just walk right into them. You know, if there's deer there or whatever. One guy in particular, like if he has to enter down the edge of food, he just does it. Doesn't even bother him if there's deer in there blowing them out.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that interesting when he's like, what? He goes, well, what do you think they're going to do? All they're going to do is run the other side. If you keep walking past them, you know, people will tell you a deer's going to clear and go 400 yards or 500 yards and whatever. Well, they go 400 or 500 yards on my property. There's a chance they're going to be off of it. Number one,
Yeah.
you know.
They usually will circle.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Well, how many times have you seen a big buck? You know, if you got caught in the opening moving midday, and that big buck sees you go into transition, you're like, well, I gotta get to my stand. So you go to your stand, and it's 20 minutes later, and he's walking back by you.
Yeah, it happens.
You know.
Quite a bit.
They don't always clear the area. You know, we have to, as hunters, get over that idea. I'm not saying that they won't, but I'm just saying the majority of the time, it isn't like a mule deer who's going to go miles.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whitetail, and depending on how the property is around you, you might have the only cover or the best cover, and he's going to go out. How many times do you see does? What was it?
They do it here all the time. Man.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, you jumped 43. You were out looking for sheds,
Yeah.
and all they did is ran out in the field and circled back
They
around.
made a huge circle and right back in.
Yeah,
They didn't. All of them.
yeah.
Everyone I could see did. They didn't care. They're like, yeah, I'm just not going to stay right here.
Right.
And someone came closer and they circled.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, at night, you know, if I am close to my food and I can't get off it, I'll sit.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll wait till it's dark,
Yeah.
and then I'll go. Because even if they do hear me, they can't see me.
Yeah.
So they don't know what it
I
is.
honestly would tell you this. I don't want a deer seeing me get up into my
Yeah,
stand
that's
or
the
coming
biggest thing.
down from my stand.
Yeah, because then they're looking up. If they get the looking up thing, that's when they screw you.
Yeah. If they catch me on the ground, honestly,
Yeah, that's what it
I
is.
don't get too cranked up about it. No. But if I'm going up and all of a sudden I see a deer staring at me, well, I'm an idiot for not paying attention, first of all. And secondly, it's probably, that one's probably going to hurt me. Probably. But, you know, entrance and exits, and you'll hear us preach it all the time, and we're going to say this because this is important. When you design your properties, your entrances and exits have to be designed properly for prominent wind directions, and entrances perpendicular to your tree stands, perpendicular to the deer movement. This is all real important 101 whitetail hunting stuff, you know. But as for you getting caught in the dark walking to your stand,
Hey, who cares?
I'm with you.
Run it.
Run it. So, I mean, that's a pretty simple one for us. I mean, we appreciate the question,
Yeah.
Jason.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't
Do
get just get into your stand
it.
at that point.
do it. Just go.
Do your hunt.
Yeah, you jump one, just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep right on it going and get in and wait for them to come back.
Yeah. I mean, we were so crazy. I will throw this out. We were so crazy at times we would run to our stand at certain times because you would think Mike's really good about holding the constant cadence with his steps as he's walking. And there's times that we've walked past deer at that pace, and yeah, they're kind of looking at us, but they don't freak out or anything. And we disappear, and they still stay there. Next thing you know, they're down, still put their head down and start feeding, doing whatever they're doing.
Yep.
You know, it's when you stop, hesitate, stare, do weird stuff that a human would do. That's when they get nervous and they buck.
Yeah. Same thing around a wheeler. You can drive by them on a wheeler.
Oh yeah.
You stop, turn it off. They don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
No, 100%. I actually walked by a doe going out at my brother-in-law's place. This is back when CWD was still prevalent. And walked past her, and I walked out of her sight, turned around and started walking back past, and stopped at 30 yards at full draw and shot her. Bedded.
Yeah, because you kept moving.
Yeah, I kept moving.
She was good.
Yeah, she didn't think of anything about it. So that's an example. Doesn't mean it's going to work every time,
Yeah,
but
right.
but we appreciate the question, Jason. Thanks for the question. If you get a chance, why don't you just check out the podcast? You can check us out on any podcast outlets that we have. They're all of them.
Yeah, we're on all of them.
We're on all of them pretty much.
Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube right here, Restaurant Doors, Wisconsin. Also, check out Blue Collar Bucks.
Yeah, Facebook page, Blue Collar Bucks. Everyday hunters just like you and me, getting it done, being proud of what we do and proud of what other people do.
Yep.
It is not a big E contest.
Ooh, if it is, what happened?
If it is,
Out.
out.
We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, buddy.